Well, good evening, everybody, and so sorry about the late start here, but we are up and running here on TSSR Game Time Live, brought to you by MDH. My name's Wyatt Reed, taking you through this one here as we've got the Bushnell-Prairie City Spartans taking on A-Town here from Bushnell High School. And we are underway here, as you can see on the scoreboard here in the middle of game number one, and that one just falling to the floor. And we got an 11-9 score here. So, like I said, a little bit of a later start. There's a couple of reasons behind that. Won't get into any specifics, but now we are up and running. And it's good to have you along here this evening for this broadcast. And, of course, we will have the varsity broadcast here a little bit later on here in the evening. But we are back underway here as that one sails out of bounds, going for a point for the Tornadoes. And it's good to be back on the mic. I do got to say that after I was under the weather, so I wasn't able to do the A-Town game last week like I usually do. But back on the call here this evening. So if you're watching us on YouTube, thanks for taking us along here as that one goes into the net off the hand of number 18, Taylor Hendel, the freshman. That goes for another point for the Bushnell-Prairie City Spartans. And the Spartans will take over in serve as that one goes over. That was a beautiful serve right there to start us off here for this point. And back over we go here. Both these teams very close rivals here. Bushnell-Prairie City, of course, Avon used to be with Bushnell-Prairie City back in the day. That one going out of play. Of course, it's been A-Town for several years now, but it used to be the Bushnell-Prairie City Avon Spartans. That's what I grew up remembering for sure, but things have changed back and forth. It is now the Bushnell-Prairie City Spartans and the A-Town Tornadoes. Getting that one up, trying to get it over the net, but unable to do so is Lily Stevens for A-Town. And we are off and running here. 15-10 is our score here in game number one. Like we said, apologies for getting the later start here, but hey, a late start is better than a no start, right? At least we're on up and running here. Good to have you along here with us. That one, a little trouble getting it over the net. And so that will be off of Mariah Taylor, and that will fall for an A-Town Tornado point. 15-10 is, or 15-11 is our score, I should say. In to do the serving for A-Town. Wouldn't you know it? First name I get to do here today for A-Town, Lily Terwilliger. I do the broadcast for A-Town and always struggle with that name. I don't know why. I'm going to get it eventually. That one goes off the hand, out of bounds, off of Aubrey English. And it's back-to-back points for the Tornadoes as they try to get back into this one. Falling down by 5, but scoring back-to-back points. As trying to get that one down the sideline, unable to do so is Terwilliger. I will say I have done a lot better with her name than I did in the first broadcast of the season. In to do the serving duties here for the Spartans is Mariah Taylor, as it is 16-12. And A-Town will set it up, trying to send it over. Excellent play there. And into the net, a violation, making another point for the Tornadoes here this evening. And a good contest here, 16-13. Been a good back-and-forth matchup here so far. Beautiful facilities here of Bushnell-Prairie City High School. Getting that one over for the Spartans is Natalie Wiley. And A-Town quickly sends it right back over, trying to catch him off guard. They were not caught off guard, however, as that was a nice play right there. A-Town's got to get this one over. Unable to do so, as that was Anna Servin trying to save that one. Now, I don't have my notes on me, but I know Anna Servin had a very good game the last broadcast I did, which was about 2 weeks ago. Like I said, I was supposed to be on the call of the game last week for A-Town, as that one goes in for an A-Town point. And it is 17-14. If you're joining us here on YouTube, I should say, feel free to get into the comments section. We'd love to hear from you. Miley Weber serves that one into the net. Love to hear from you. Where are you watching us from? Who you cheering for here? Like I said, a good rivalry here for Bushnell-Prairie City and the Abingdon-Avon squads. About 10, 15 minutes separating both these communities. Expect a good crowd here tonight. Serving, setting that one up right into the net. It goes for Tiana Hamilton. Unlucky on that one. It's 19-14, and a timeout is called. We'll take a timeout with them. We're back after this as you're watching TSSR Game Time Live, brought to you by MDH.
Working at MDH feels special to me because I'm also from a small community like MDH, and I love to be able to care for communities like this and be able to give them high standards of excellence with medical care as possible. You know, some people like to take more of a medical approach to their care. Some people like to take more of a holistic. And I just want to be able to make their plan of care as individualized as possible.
And welcome back to Bushnell-Prairie City High School here in Bushnell, Illinois. Wyatt Reed on the call here this evening as our score, let me get that updated here, 19-14. Scoreboard a little behind here, but now it is back up and running. 19-14 our score. Timeout for Abingdon. They're trying to, or A-Town, excuse me. Partially Abingdon, but A-Town trying to get back into this one and trying not to lose the first set of the evening. In to do the serving duties for the Spartans is Aubrey English. English sends that one over, and A-Town will set it up. As getting that one, tries to get that one over the net. Little miscommunication there for the Spartans, and blasting that one just a hair too far is Mariah Taylor. And that'll be another point for the Tornadoes. So the timeout working to the Tornadoes' favor. Tornadoes wearing the highlighter tops here this evening, while the Spartans, I don't know what to call those. Those are some excellent uniforms, though. Nice ace right there for Izzy Kemp. And Izzy bringing the Tornadoes right back. It's 19-16. Izzy going to send another one. Boy, she's just got one speed, and it is fast. A little fastball right there. Sending that one over. Able to set it up. Servin sends that one back over the net for A-Town. And now spiking that one, trying to get that one in. It'll be another point, however, for the Tornadoes. And we're back to within a 2-point game. It was a good 5-6 point deficit here for the Tornadoes, and that one, Izzy Kemp just sends that one right into the net. So as I was talking about it, a little bit of a mistake there for Izzy Kemp. Good to have you along with us here this evening. As back trying to send that one towards the sideline is Callie English. Boy, how many English girls do we have here on this Spartans roster? I'm going to have to take a look at that here in just a second. As I said, good to have everybody along here this evening. And trying to get that one over the net is the Spartans, but a violation on the Spartans. That'll be another point, and we've got a 1-point game here. 20-19. Here come the Tornadoes. My goodness. Maya Alderson sends that one over. Doesn't have that fastball that we saw from Izzy Kemp a little while ago, I should say. But that is a kill for the Spartans. And they answer the call right there. It's 21-19. It's been a great first set here. Expecting a great night of volleyball here. Sending that one over is Caroline Spangler. Over the net it goes. Spartans trying to set that one up. Able to try to get it over, but unsuccessful, excuse me. And that one will land. And it will be another point for the Tornadoes. 21-20 is the score. And sending that one back across are the Tornadoes. And now sending it over, trying that little quick move right there. A-Town's able to get it back over. Spartan's going to set it up, sending that one right over, but that's going to be a violation. I believe that was a carry. And that will be another point, and we are tied at 21. Tied at 21 here, despite what my scoreboard's telling you. Sending that one just over the net and getting it down is Tiana Hamilton, and the Tornadoes have taken the lead. 22-21 our score. A timeout is called by the Spartans. They don't like what they're seeing. We'll We'll take a timeout with them. We are back after this as you're watching TSSR Game Time Live, brought to you by MDH. And welcome back to Bushnell-Prairie City High School here in Bushnell, Illinois, as we've got a very tight contest here. 22-21, A-Town with the lead. And out to do more serving is Tiana Hamilton after picking up the ace just a moment ago. She's going to go for it again. Tried that fastball again, but unsuccessful as that one goes into the net, and we are tied at 22. 22 all our score here. And now out to do the serving duties is Joe Farwell. Excuse me, and that one goes off of the Tornadoes. It'll be a point for the Spartans. Count that one as an ace. You'll have to excuse the coughing and sniffling a little bit. Still fighting a little bit of a sinus infection. That was what kept me out of the last broadcast for A-Town last week, and that is a beautiful serve with a little bit of English, but able to send it over is Tiana Hamilton. Spartan's going to set it up, get that one over, and back and forth we go. Sending that one over is Taylor Hendel, and that one should go down as a kill as that one goes off of her off the fingertips of Callie English, and that'll tie things up back at 23 here this evening. And out to do the serving is Lily, here we go. I'm struggling with the name again. Lily Terwilliger. I think I jinxed myself on that one, saying I was doing so good. Sending that one over is number 21, Natalie Wiley. A-Town setting it up, setting up the kill attempt. And that one's going to go down as a kill, as it's Miley Weber swinging the arm and getting that one to drop. And now it is game point, set point, excuse me, for the Tornadoes. Terwilliger sends it over. A-Town trying to pick up the point and the set, and they do it. 25-23, A-Town takes set number one here. What a great set that was. We'll get ready for set number two here between the Tornadoes and the Spartans as you're watching TSSR Game Time Live, brought to you by MDH.
At Western Illinois University, Leathernecks don't just blend in. Our purple stands out. Our students are innovative, creative, and resilient. At WIU, there is limitless potential, with campuses in Macomb, the Quad Cities, and online. Visit wiu.edu/potential to become a Leatherneck and get an education that stands out.
I chose the MDH OBGYN group because I've heard wonderful things about Dr. Smith. And upon entering the office, I really got along with everybody and got a warm feeling. The staff is warm and inviting and welcoming. It's a small community, so it's a really nice hospital to have here in the rural area. I continue to choose MDH because of the relationships I have. I really enjoy everybody here.
When my parents told me they'd be using Adams Experts, I felt a bit replaced. I mean, they always called me to remove their viruses or get their printer connected to Wi-Fi. He even set up their new Roku.
How do I adopt a new son?
But then he taught me a few things. And now, we're like tech brothers.
Adams Experts. Repair, maintenance, and setup for all your home technology needs.
Well, I've always had an interest in the medical field, and then growing up, I actually went through physical therapy myself for an injury, and that got me back to playing my sports and the activities that I loved. So seeing that firsthand, I got to see how much physical therapy could really benefit others.
And welcome back to Bushnell-Prairie City High School here in Bushnell, Illinois. Wyatt Reed on the call here this evening, as it is good to be with you here this evening despite our later start. Hey, like I said, a late start, better than a no start. We will certainly take it, and it's good to have you along with us here on TSSR Game Time Live, brought to you by MDH. Good to have everybody in on YouTube here this evening. And especially Lily, although Lily, the only thing she said in the chat, it was meow. I don't know what that's all about. That's an inside joke or what the case may be, but Lily showing her inner cat here this evening, whatever the case may be. But as you can see by the scoreboard, a 25-23 set number one going to the Tornadoes. Very well played. The Tornadoes coming back from a deficit. Now, usually we see the Tornadoes, at least the games that I have done so far this season, we've seen the Tornadoes get out to a lead and then give up the lead. Well, that was exactly the opposite here this evening, as the Tornadoes actually were able to come from behind, and they are able to take set number one. So if they take set number two, we will be on to the varsity matchup a little bit later on this evening. However, the Spartans, very talented JV bunch here, as our JV contest about to get into set number two. In to do the serving duties is number 16. That is Brindley Beekman. And A-Town's able to get that over and get the point. What a play that was. That's Miley Weber. She'll get credited for the kill. Although I'm not keeping track of stats since we got the later start here. I came in, it was about 7-3. So I missed a lot in that early going. And then we had to get all the equipment all squared away. And that one not going to go down as a service ace, although it's the closest thing to it. Anna Servin going to pick that one up. And it's a quick 2-0 start for the Tornadoes. Servin will send it over. And that one off the hand. Let me see if I can get the number there. That's number 33, Mariah Taylor. And that one just off the hand wrong. She was all set up and ready to go, but it went right by her. 3-0 to start. Servin back out to serve again. And there's an ace. Back-to-back aces. Anna Servin is feeling it. That one off the hands of Brindley Beekman. And the Spartans trying to get an answer here. A 4-0 start. Already up 1-0, and that's going to go down for another ace. I may not be keeping stats, but man, oh man, what a start to this second set. A timeout is called. We'll take a timeout with them. 30 seconds. We're back after this as you're watching TSSR Game Time Live, brought to you by MDH.
My experience with McDonough District Hospital was amazing.
When my parents told me they'd be using Adams Experts, I felt a bit replaced. I mean, they always called me to remove their viruses or get their printer connected to Wi-Fi. He even set up their new Roku.
How do I adopt a new son?
But then he taught me a few things. And now, we're like tech brothers.
Adams Experts. Repair, maintenance, and setup for all your home technology needs.
And welcome back to Bushnell-Prairie City High School. Wyatt Reed on the call here on TSSR Game Time Live, brought to you by MDH. Thanks for joining us here this evening for our JV contest between the A-Town Tornadoes, who are off to a 5-0 start over the Bushnell-Prairie City Spartans. First set went to the Tornadoes. Second set looking very good here for the Tornadoes as well, but getting that one over is number 9, Caroline Spangler. And that's going to go down for the first point, so the timeout comes in at a perfect opportunity there for the Spartans, and they are on the board here. It's 5-1. Substitution in is Joe Farwell. Out is Natalie Wiley. 5-1. Looking to get some points here is Audrey English, some service points. Anna Servin sends that one over the net quickly. Spangler sends that one over. Anna Servin setting up Weber. Weber, nice attempt, but even better dig out there by the Spartans. Servin setting it up. Getting that one over again are the Tornadoes. Back and forth we go. Spangler tips that one over. And boy, what a great point that was. Into the net. off the hand of Corey Anderson, and that is back-to-back points here for the Spartans. Kind of reminiscent of that long point. Did you guys get to see that long point? Was it Nebraska and Kentucky the other night in college? If you haven't seen the clip yet, you should look it up. One of the greatest points of volleyball you will ever see as that one goes into the net. It is a 6-2 game. Again, if you're joining us on YouTube here, which that's the only place we're broadcasting here, you're joining us on YouTube, feel free to get into the comments section. We'd love to hear from you here. Over the net it goes for the Spartans, and now a little miscommunication. A-Town has to send it over. Looked like Spangler tried to do that thing one-handed, and that one goes out of play off of Spangler. It'll be another point for the Tornadoes. And it's a 7-2 start, back to a 5-point lead. Out to do the serving is Lily Stevens. Stevens, a little pop-up there on the serve. And Spangler going to send it over. A-Town setting it up, getting it to Servin. Servin will send it back. Free play here for the Spartans, who tap that one over, and back and forth we go. Tries to send that one down. An excellent effort there by Alicia Schneider, but it is dug out by the Spartans. And Caroline Spangler will pick up the point as that one drops to the floor. And it is a 7-3 start. Spartans trying to get back into this one, as we might have a substitution. Coming in is Elizabeth Dyfus. Hopefully I got that name correctly there, and if I didn't, well, my apologies. Elizabeth sends that one over. Oh, what a great play there. A little miscommunication by the Tornadoes. As the girl that was closest, that was Schneider, thought the player behind her, Lily Terwilliger, had the play, and turns out she did not. Elizabeth sends that one right back over. Better communication here. Anna Servin setting it up. Putting that one over is Anderson. And that one's going to drop to the floor. Another point for the Tornadoes. An 8-4 start for the Tornadoes. They've led by as much as 5 on a couple of occasions. Out to do the serving duties is Izzy Kemp, who had a very good service game back in the first set. Not so lucky on that one, though, as that one goes straight into the net, and the Spartans are back to within 3. So out to that big lead here to start set number 2. We'll see if the Tornadoes can hang on. Try to take a 2-0 win, or if the Spartans will send this into an all-deciding game, set number 3. Schneider gets that one, sending it over. Nice play there, and going to pick up the kill. It's Izzy Kemp, who started the point off, coming off that service error. But she makes up for it on that play. Sends that one back over, and it's a 9-5 ball game. And now it goes right back over. A-Town will send that, try to get that one up and over the net, but they could not do it. Looked like it went off of Izzy Kemp's hand wrong. Hit the wrong part of her hand. I think she was going towards the top of the wrist, and instead it went toward the bottom of the wrist. Hence the lower trajectory off of the hands. As Anna Servin sends it over. Setting that one up for Mariah Taylor. Nice dig there by A-Town. They send it right back over. The Spartans will set it up. Spangler, back to Taylor. Taylor, nice play there, as that is Lily Stevens saving that one, but sending it right into the net. Believe that is number 14, that is number 18, Taylor Hendel. Into the net it goes. Spartans pick up another point. We got a 9-7 ball game. Oh, and that one nearly went down for an ace. Schneider's able to get it over. Spartans trying to send that one over, but it goes into the net, and that'll be another point for the Tornadoes. A 10-7 score here in set number 2. And Alicia Schneider will come out and do the serving duties for the Tornadoes. Schneider gets that one over. That one again off the wrong part of the arm, as that one off of Justice Kleindens. So it's let me get the score correctly here. I have 10-8. It's actually 11-7. And that'll be another point for the Tornadoes. That'll be a service ace. That one going off the hand of Natalie Wiley. And another timeout is called. 12-7 is our score here in set number 2. Spartans trying to come back in this one. We'll take a timeout with them. You're watching TSSR Game Time Live, brought to you by MD8.
At Western Illinois University, leathernecks don't just blend in. Our purple stands out. Our students are innovative, creative, and resilient. At WIU, there is limitless potential, with campuses in Macomb, the Quad Cities, and online. Visit wiu.edu/potential to become a leatherneck and get an education that stands out.
And welcome back to Bushnell-Prairie City High School in Bushnell, Illinois. Second set of our contest between the A-Town Tornadoes and the Bushnell-Prairie City Spartans, as for some reason the scoreboard disappeared. There we go. Yes, 12-7. I was trying to figure out what was going on right there. Old technology messing with us here once again. We had technology mess with us a couple of weeks back when we were doing the Abingdon-Avon football broadcast, which football is back. I'll talk about that a little bit later on. A nice serve there by Schneider off the timeout. Getting it over is Mariah Taylor. Serving. Sending that one to Lily Stevens. A good dig there by the Spartans, though. Getting that one over again are the Spartans, and back and forth we go. Sending that one over is Taylor Hendel. Hendel tries it again. Showed off her strength a little too well on that one as it goes out of play. It'll be another point for the Spartans, 12-8, the start. Once again, things back to a 5-point lead just a moment ago here as the Tornadoes' biggest lead they've had here in this second set has been 5 points. There's another 5-point lead. That one goes off the hands of Mariah Taylor. Out of play. Oops, and I gave the point to the wrong team. Things are a little clustered here. 13-8 is our score. Back to a 5-point lead, like I said. Lily Terwilliger sends it over. And a little miscommunication there for a moment. Spartans got to get it over. Tried to get it over. It looked like Spangler came in to try to save the day, but that one goes right into the net. And the biggest lead here in the second set, 14-8. First set, the Spartans got out to a big lead. And then the Tornadoes have kind of dominated things since then. Spangler going to send that one over. Oh, running over her own teammate is Anna Servin. Never seen that before. Regardless, it works. And that one goes down for another point for the Tornadoes. 15-8 is our score. Terwilliger sends that one right into the net. Again, I've never seen that before where volleyball teammates, Servin, I believe, ran into Corey Anderson. Anderson was trying to come in and make the play, but she was unable to do so because Servin just ran her over. Speaking of Servin, she'll send it over. And they're going to try to set up Spangler. Spangler gets it over. Little touch pass over. And back and forth we go. That is Aubrey English sending that one down. Servin getting that one to Anderson, excuse me. And now trying to get that one over. Another miscommunication, it looked like there for the Spartans. The point is going to go to the Tornadoes, and they've got a 7-point lead. Biggest lead here in the second set. Anna Servin out to do the serving duties. Nice serve right there. That one going to go down. Anna Servin will pick up another ace. And the Tornadoes, they have an 8-point lead. It's 17-9. Things are not over by any stretch. Just one run is all it takes. Anna Servin, another beautiful serve. Spangler's going to send it over. And that'll set up Servin, who's going to set up Miley Weber, who sends it down to the floor. And that's going to be another point. Tornadoes. 18-9 is our score. And it is all Tornadoes here in the second set. After a very closely contested 25-23 first set. Nearly getting another ace right there, but sending it over out of play won't go down as an ace, but it's an unofficial ace. Brindley Beekman was the last to touch it, who tried to save it from going out of bounds. And it's 19-9. Servin sends it over, and we'll set it up again. Sending it over is Aubrey English. Schneider to Servin. She nearly ran her over again. I'll tell you, they're going to have some communication there if this season's going to continue for those two. That one goes into the net off the Spartans, and it's 20-9. 2 times here today we've seen Corey Anderson and Anna Servin run into each other. Second time wasn't near as hard as it was the first time. Trying to get that one over are the Spartans. That's Justice Kleindentz. And that one goes right into the net off of Terwilliger. And that'll be the first point in quite some time for the Spartans. 20-10 is the score. The Spartans are going to look to start a rally. Aubrey English will send it over on the serve. And getting it over is Anderson. It's English. Over the net it goes again for the Spartans. Spartans defense has been very good here today, as that one off the hands of Maddie Condry. And that'll be another point for the Spartans. 20-11. Trying to cut into that once 11-point lead. A little change up on that serve right there. Anna Servin setting up Anderson. They're not running into each other that time. English tries to get that. Ooh, A-Town sends that one into the net, and a violation. They're going to say that's a violation on the Tornadoes, and it's another point for the Spartans, 20-12. Did look like, I couldn't see who that was. I believe it was Miley Weber who ran into the net. And now it's English. Will send it over again. And off the return, that one goes straight into the net. Should be an ace if you were scoring at home. 20-13. So 4 straight points for the Spartans. Trying to claw their way back. Aubrey English. She'll send that one over. Anna Servin gets that one over, but out of play off of Maddie Condry's hands. And it's the closest it's been in some time here, 20-14, excuse me. Once again, excusing the sniffles, a combination of allergies and a sinus infection last week, still messing with me. There's an ace there for Audrey English. And it is a very close contest once again. Timeout is called by the Tornadoes. We'll take a timeout with them. We're back after this. You're watching TSSR Game Time Live, brought to you by MDH.
My experience with McDonough District Hospital was amazing. I have a lot of allergies, complicated by nasal problems. And the procedure I had is Vive Air. Dr. Sparks was incredible.
The Vive Air procedure is a radiofrequency ablation procedure. She no longer has to do any medications to breathe, so she gets much more restful night's sleep. And a short little office procedure, and have somebody that feels like it's totally changed their life means the world.
It's a permanent improvement on the quality of your life.
And welcome back to Bushnell-Prairie City High School here in Bushnell, Illinois. Wyatt Reed on the call here this evening as what once was a blowout situation here, 20-9, 6 straight points for the Bushnell-Prairie City Spartans. And they're thinking they're right back into this thing. A timeout was called by A-Town, so English will send it right back over. She's got the last 4 service points. Hey, the timeout works perfectly for the Tornadoes, though, as that one going to trickle to the ground. Or, excuse me, I gave that one to the Spartans. Let's try that again here. 21-15. Oh, they give it a violation. I was right. Always go with your guts, kids. We got a 4-point game. They gave it a violation. I missed the call on that one. English getting that one to Beekman, and that one goes out of play off of A-Town. And here we go. We've got a 3-point game. Well, they say that one's out of play. I think they're updating the score from earlier here. 21-16 is the score according to the scoreboard, so that's what I'm going to go with. I think we got a couple of points mixed up there. But we're back up and running here. Out to do the serving duties is Elizabeth Dyfus. And Schneider sends that one up. A-Town's got to get this one out, but that one hit the structure up top, and that works into the Spartans' favor, and it's 21-17. Back to a 4-point game. A-Town, though, 4 points away from claiming this contest. But, man, the service game has been very good here recently for the Spartans, and another point goes, and we're to a 3-point game. 21-18 our score. My, oh my, what a game this has been. Very close in the first set, 25-23. Dyfus sends that one over. Schneider. And trying to get that one. Is that going to be in? It is in. What a play that was. As the Tornadoes are going to pick up a point for Corey Anderson. Give her a kill, and now she'll check out. Anderson just getting that one in play. It's 22-18. 3 points away from a 2-0 sweep. And Izzy Kemp, that fastball serve causing all sorts of problems here this evening for the Spartans. And it's another point here for the Tornadoes, who are 2 points away now. It's 23-18. Izzy Kemp, the sophomore. Another fastball serve right there. That one goes right over the net, but tipping it right into the net is Taylor Hendel. Haven't said her name much here tonight. Hendel sends that one into the net, and it's 23-19. Little Monsters, Inc. reference there for you Disney fans, or Pixar fans, I guess. As the Tornadoes get that one right over on the return. Anna Servin gets that to Hendel, who sends it down. And it's going to go out of play. A smart play by the Tornadoes to let that one just drop. And it is match point, 24-19. And serving that one is Maddie Condry, who sends that one out of play. So the Tornadoes will not get the chance to serve for the win. They'll have to earn it off the serve of Joe Farwell. Farwell sends that one in. Match point here, Anna Servin. Oh, that one a little close to the net, but it doesn't matter as that one goes down for Taylor Hendel, and it's a 2-0 win for the Tornadoes. A 25-20 second set. What a match this was, as the handshake line going on right there at center court of Bushnell-Prairie City High School. We'll wrap this one up, and we'll get ready for the varsity matchup, which is coming up next here from Bushnell-Prairie City High School, as you're watching TSSR Game Time Live, brought to you by MDH.
When my parents told me they'd be using Adams Experts, I felt a bit replaced. I mean, they always called me to remove their viruses or get their printer connected to Wi-Fi. He even set up their new Roku.
How do I adopt a new son?
But then he taught me a few things. And now, we're like tech brothers.
Adams Experts. Repair, maintenance, and setup for all your home technology needs.
At Western Illinois University, leathernecks don't just blend in. Our purple stands out. Our students are innovative, creative, and resilient. At WIU, there's limitless potential, with campuses in Macomb, the Quad Cities, and online. Visit wiu.edu/potential to become a leatherneck and get an education that stands out.
It was the community that really drew me back to Macomb. I'm from a small community, and I'm from a farm family, and ultimately I always wanted to practice in a place like that, and I felt that I had the ability to connect to people who with a similar background from me, and the fact that the staff members at the hospital and the support, all the support staff at the hospital was also focused with the goal of patient care. It felt like it just all came hammered at home for me.
And welcome back to TSSR Game Time Live, brought to you by MDH. My name's Wyatt Reed, on the call from Bushnell-Prairie City High School here this evening, as our final score you can see on the scoreboard. Tornadoes picking up a 2-0 win. I haven't updated the game yet. That was the score of set number 2. 25-20. What a great matchup that was. 25-23 was the score of set number 1. And when I got here a little late here this evening, was running a little bit behind here. I'm human. I'll admit my mistakes here. So I was running a little bit behind here, and they started a little early too. I walked in the door right at 6 o'clock, and they were 10 points into this thing. It was 7-3 when I got in. Spartans were ahead, and then really the blink of an eye, we had a tie matchup, and it was back and forth between the Spartans and the Tornadoes all through that first set, which ended again 25-23. But then it was the second set, and it was a very impressive start to the second set. But if there's one thing that Jessica Lujan, the head coach of the A-Town Tornadoes volleyball team, but the JV coach, I guess, is Katie Teagarden, excuse me. But with that being said, really they both work hand in hand. And, you know, the thing that they're going to be focusing on here, if you're A-Town got out to a really hot start. They eventually led 20-9 at one point. And then the final score, as you can see, it got close right there at the end. The Spartans were able to bring it to within 3 at one juncture. But the Tornadoes are able to hold on and win this contest 25-20, a 2-0 win in this best of 3. So we're getting ready for the varsity matchup, which we'll have here for you in just a little bit, as it looks like they might be doing some kind of game out here on the floor this evening. I don't know what the hula hoops are out there for, what the deal is. We're going to have to keep an eye on that one. But I tell you what, if the varsity matchup is as good as this JV matchup was, we're in for a great night here this evening. And I was informed during one of the breaks here this evening that the Spartan uniforms, usually they're red, white, and blue, as you can see by the colors behind you. And if you're a Spartan fan watching, you know the Spartan colors. However, you do notice that they are wearing kind of these orange and black uniforms here, and it is the Blockout Cancer Night that they are doing here at Bushnell-Prairie City High School. So that is why the uniforms are a little different here this evening. They look really good. I'm not gonna sit here and say anything bad about them. I really like what I'm seeing there for the Spartan uniforms. But like I said, I think the Spartans are going to be wearing those uniforms in the varsity matchup here tonight as well. The varsity squad for A-Town looks like they are rocking the all blacks here this evening. But we'll talk more about that in our next stream. We're going to end this stream and get ready for our next stream right here on this very YouTube channel. So once you back out of this stream, get ready to go into the waiting room for the next stream, because once we get ready to go, we'll reset the scoreboard. We'll get ourselves something to drink, something to eat possibly here, and we'll be back up and running here as the varsity matchup. Hey, I think somebody got it just to the left of the screen. Our cameraman has walked away here, but I believe it's just to your left. That hula hoop right there to your left is what's going on. Yeah, somebody made it in there in that left hula hoop. Our cameraman showed up. So one person, it looks like, got it in to that one, but I don't think anybody else got him into any other hula hoops. So I think that was the goal of the game. One lucky winner, it looks like here, unless they're going by proximity. So maybe one lucky winner, maybe more. But congratulations to whoever that winner is. And congratulations to the A-Town Tornado JV squad. They pick up another win here this evening. 25-20, the final score in set number 2 after a 25-23 first set, a 2-0 win. We'll have the varsity matchup here coming up next. Thanks so much for joining us on TSSR Game Time Live, brought to you by MDH.